the coupon mentality. And the coupon mentality is not necessary, is like the lottery mentality in the sense that it doesn't necessarily mean that you clip coupons or accumulate coupons, but it means you have this idea that every little bit helps, every little bit of savings helps, right? Now, the coupon mentality is one of my favorite mentalities because whenever I do this presentation live, someone will always come up to me at break, absolutely outraged and indignant. Are you saying, wanting to save money is bad? Are you saying there's something my grandmother always told me, saving is a very important, being thrifty and frugal, right? And we get in these sort of, and very heated. And my reaction would sort of kind of be roughly the same, regardless almost how the conversation started. It would be essentially this. I'd say to the person, do you know how much money you made last year? And the person would say, oh yeah, I know exactly how much money I made. I made $76,000 last year. I said, great. Do you know how much money you saved last year in coupons or whatever savings that you're referring to? And they'd kind of scratch their head and no, and they couldn't really put a number on it, right? And I'd say, well, the reason you can't put a number on it is because it didn't materially change your lifestyle. That's why you don't know what the number is, right? And so in order to understand why that's the case, it's helpful to understand, you can tell I like the history of things. It's helpful to understand the history of the coupon, right? So the way the coupon got started, it really started in like the late 1800s with Coca-Cola. And this doctor literally used cocaine to come up with this soft drink that was, for obvious reasons, somewhat addictive. And so the goal was, if I can just get some people to try this thing, I'll have I'll get dramatic results because people will love it and they'll come back and drink more. So he devised this thing called a coupon that said, if I give you one of these, you take it to the local soda fountain and you get a free Coke. And within a couple of years of the launch of this campaign, Coca-Cola was growing at an alarming rate. I mean, just incredibly fast, right? And the idea was, his very simple and incredibly effective concept was, you didn't wake up that morning thinking, I'm gonna buy a Coca-Cola. So I'm gonna give you this coupon because you have the kind of mentality that says free things are good, and which will encourage you to try something you wouldn't otherwise have tried, that you're gonna get hooked on and try again. That's the idea, right? So it is a concept specifically, it's a consumer-oriented concept. And the idea is to reach consumers that the company would otherwise not have reached. So let's say I have, I'm Wheaties, I make Wheaties cereal and I only have 15% of the market share. Well, I know those consumers, I have those 15% no matter what. I don't have to do anything special to get those 15% to buy Wheaties. I want the other 85%. So the coupon is not directed at the people who would otherwise buy Wheaties. The coupon is directed at the consumers who wouldn't otherwise have bought Wheaties. So you're not really a coupon doesn't save you money. You are still spending money. You just mentally think you are spending less than you would otherwise spend, but you are still spending money. In other words, you're still a consumer. And the more energy you spend on consumer-related things, the more impoverished you become, right? Wealthy people spend more time in what's called the wholesale mentality. And the wholesale mentality means that you are buying something at a genuine discount from its retail value. So let me kind of explain that in a way that uses actual products. So let's say I go to a grocery store and I have a coupon for an apple, and the apple's otherwise $1, but the coupon says I can get it for 80 cents. Well, when I walk out of that grocery store with that apple is not worth 80 cents. If I tried to resell that apple, I might get 40, 50 cents for it, but I'm not going to get 80 cents. So so the minute I walk out of that store with that apple, I'm worth less than what I was worth when I walked in, because I'm a consumer. The wholesale mentality is a mentality that says that the minute I buy this thing, it increases my net worth as soon as I take possession of it, because I'm getting it at a discount from its retail value, meaning I can turn around and sell this thing the next day for more than what I paid for it. So my net worth went up when I purchased this thing. And so the wholesale mentality looks for opportunities to buy things that day, whether it's a piece of real estate or an apple, it doesn't matter. When you close the transaction, if it's a piece of real estate, the next day you are wealthier. And if that is not happening with things that you are engaged in, if you find yourself regularly engaged in transactions where the next day you are less wealthy than you were before you engaged in that transaction, then you are not engaged in the wholesale mentality. Because I don't know anyone that is wealthy that has ever said, I saved my way to wealth. I don't personally know anyone like that. All the people I know that are wealthy, and I would put myself in this category, are people who have found opportunities because they were able to get something at wholesale relative to its retail value. People who were able to go out there and create value that other people were willing to say thank you for. So this wholesale mentality is the opposite of the coupon mentality, okay? And the main driving force behind it that I want to leave you with is that it's relationship based, because the wholesale mentality creates value because of how you acquire it, the relationships that you have tapped into to get access to this product or service, whatever it is. You have a relationship channel that allows you to create a spread between what you're able to get it for and what it retails for. And therefore, it requires you to create these relationship channels, right? So people who create significant amounts of wealth always have significant relationship channels, always.